All right, it's good to get back out there. Coming out of spring break, I thought we had a real solid work day. Some things that showed up, just continuing to push, getting back in the flow of it. Working on building those positive habits, the consistency of that. Some up and down today, but both sides of the ball showed moments and flashes of what we want to see, and then things definitely that we have to improve on and correct. But really thought there was some good work that was achieved, but just like I said, we've had 4 practices in 7 days. Take a little bit more than a week period of time off, and some of those older habits show back up, and we got to get back in the groove of getting that cleaned up, so it just becomes part of our identity of who we are. So, but all in all, I thought it was a very productive day.
Did Jordan do a good job of kind of taking what the defense was giving him today?
I think Jordan's seeing a lot of growth and development just in his decision-making process. He a great deal of confidence in what we're asking him to do. You see that that's starting to really emerge, and we had some situational work, some third down work, and I like what I'm seeing from him. I thought Tate had some good moments. AJ still learning. It's you see the potential and the plays, and he's getting more confident with each day that goes by, and so I'm excited about what I'm seeing from that quarterback.
Last night, that sort of experience to open up the locker room to the guys. How exciting was that moment for you? And how much work is on today?
It was great for our players. The joy. First, I just want to thank all the boosters and everybody that's contributed to making that a possibility for us. And there's a lot of talk, and this is one of the things I appreciate. There's a lot of talk and understanding of what's coming with the football-only facility, but the investment in these guys now, and it has been a great commitment. Very excited about that. It's great days ahead, and to see our players and them to have that experience, and for them to to see the support and to have really nice things. It's always a great thing, and it was especially. I was about to go. It was like that was like the last half second I was leaving.
Right, Corey's going to ask about Ja'Kai Douglas. Seems to be just a matchup nightmare. Just he's really productive for you guys.
And he's we made the transition. I like where we are with our running back room, and you'd be able to move Ja'Kai full time. Out there on the perimeter, you see him growing in just the receiver that he is. He's a great ball in hand guy, but his vertical speed, playmaking ability down the field, still has to continue to clean up some of the finer details, but. I'm excited about his growth and just building upon that consistency.
Jared's first flash a handful of times today. I guess how's he acclimating?
He's coming along. If you can see that transition is he's building in his understanding of what we're asking him to do. The thing that I like is you see the positive steps of the techniques, the fundamentals. How quickly he is able to implement that into his game. He's definitely becoming a disruptive player in a very positive way for our defense. I saw Derek McClendon's really coming along as well. I like the flashes I'm seeing from him. Really that some of those guys that are looking for the opportunities and trying to increase that role, I think they're coming along.
It's been a while since the position change before Leonard Warner's really been able to be out there at defensive end with the injury. What have you seen from him at that point?
You see the transition, the transition of his body as well. He's 255 pounds. Was always a big linebacker, but as he continued to grow and in our strength and conditioning program, he's put himself in a great spot, to where he's able to utilize the athleticism that he has there coming off the edge. He brings great physicality, effort. Still, being injured, for all of last year, it really. It hurt him in some things when it comes to technique and fundamentals and overall understanding, but he's getting a lot of that work now, which he takes advantage of each day, and I think he's taking some real positive steps.
Mike, do you have an update on Winston Wright?
Yeah, I appreciate you asking. I usually don't comment on injuries, but as y'all know, and it's been reported, Winston was involved in an accident, there over spring break, and his passenger seat, was not anything to their fault, but we're thankful that with the severity of the accident that he's still here, and it was something that's very scary. We've been in contact. He's going to be back in Tallahassee here this week. He'll miss an extended period of time here, in the short term. But we're grateful for all things that have happened. We've been in constant contact. Sunday night we're on FaceTime with him, showing him his locker, and he's in good spirits. He's going to be back, and he'll be rolling as soon as possible. Which is, we've got very positive reports, but you got to go through the process. And our thoughts and prayers have been with him throughout this whole break, and I appreciate everybody that were keeping him in their thoughts, because he's a special young man. Just one of those situations that you never know why, but thank God that we are where we are.
He's definitely coming back to Tallahassee.
Oh yeah, he'll be back, absolutely. He'll be back soon.
Coach, with some of the high school coaches you've been bringing into practice, seeing around here, are you noticing the strengthened relationships with these local coaches in terms of just trying to go out and win, especially in your backyard?
Absolutely, and that's something that it's important to us. And in the spring we practice in the afternoons to be able to have that availability. It's in the fall we're always in the morning, so you don't really get the chance to have coaches and the local high school prospects to come by. Spring allows that, and so the coaches, we had entire teams that came out to practice today to really see how we do things, which I like that. I like the understanding. I like the comments and being able to share ideas with the different staffs. We have great coaches here in the state, here in the region, and it's wonderful to be able to have those relationships that are built because of the time we get to spend together. All right, guys, thanks so much.